Hello, I'm Shudley and welcome back for another episode of Victoria 3 as Korea. In previous episode we managed to get some of the elections going. We did pass a couple of laws as well. Our money situation has been a little bit dire. Of course we do pay like almost 6.7 thousand pounds per week in diplomatic pacts, which is of course bolstering China's GDP a little bit, although we are slowly catching up to them. Very well, I suppose in terms of raw numbers not that much yet, but in terms of the, you know, percentage-wise, we are increasing. And of course, we are getting... Oh, we're getting a rice farm, okay. There's still a silk plantation that will be... Oh, did they actually build up that iron mine then? Oh, they did. Well, it increased the production regardless. It employs some people, which does help our GDP at least a little bit. The literacy rate is slowly growing, and with 5.4 million GDP, the standard of living is quite rubbish, though. But there's not much I can do about that one. There's not going to be any coal mines over here. Plus, I think... no, we didn't increase those yet. I think... How long until... Okay, it's 9 to 11 months for the mechanical tools. Ooh, campaign financing. Sure, we'll support the agrarian party a little bit. So the sulfur mine is not really in use yet. I don't suppose there is a way for me to... increase the sulfur use too much either, because there's just nothing that really needs it yet. I'm going to hold off on that one. Getting another coal mine could be useful. Right, was there any... On the other, what I could do... I'm going to invest in a bit of a textile mill. I think that's going to be quite useful. It will cost us quite a bit of money. Oh, debate failed. Well, that's not good. And of course, we will sell that afterwards. But it's just, we need to get the basics covered in here, so we're not reliant entirely on Chinese production for a lot of the items, because if and when China is going through collisions or collapsing slowly... oh, right, there's a bit of devastation in here. Don't know why exactly that happened, but sure. Oh, maybe it's because of the gold fields maybe causing issues. Or just, you know... natural disasters could also happen. There's still quite larger, in terms of numbers at least, demand for wood as well in our market. But the price of wood isn't that bad, although we don't actually produce any ourselves. There's one of those things, again, that we might want to build up at least a little bit sooner or later. The rice farm in Yeongnam should help keeping the price of the grain for the food industries a little bit lower. And then, yeah, we're producing already a pretty good amount. Is there someone else that is now selling food as well? Or is it just... Oh, they are new ones. Okay. Oh, they got 2 states that are producing it. Oh. Commander Commence Civic Coalition. Okay, sure. I don't really want more radicals right now. We don't have a lot currently, but we also want to keep some of the ruling parties in, you know... Bureaucratic imbroglio. Oh dear. Only takes 10% or minus 10% success chance and 20% more time. And we might not pass this law then. It was kind of expected, to be fair. But, you know, we wanted to give it a go at least. I suspect that the textile mill will be, once it's built, of course, we won't actually build anything else currently. And of course, we'll try to sell that, so that might be giving us another 150,000 back. So pay off some of the debt that we are currently incurring while we're constructing it. Oh, the silk plantation is almost done. There we go. Election is over. Let's have a look at the government. I guess we'll just have the... Oh, we could actually keep it 100% here. Okay, well, I suppose why not go and change then, if this is good enough. GDP is still a little bit stalling. What's the next? Oh, another iron mine. Okay, that's going to be in our capital. We definitely need to get some more coal production, to be fair. We'll just go ahead and build another coal mine in here. It's probably going to be fairly profitable. It will slow down the livestock ranch a little bit, admittedly, in the northeast, but honestly, it's not the worst thing to happen. How bad is the tool shortage right now? It's still over 300. The price is pretty high, so I'm not going to start making more meat. I mean, meat price, that's okay. I suppose there's a lot of extra for dyes and sugar. Great for some food production. There's also a massive amount of extra grain. Because we do have a whole lot of subsistence rice paddies, which gives us quite a bit of grain production indeed. We do actually get some wood from there as well. And some clothing, furniture, so we're not actually entirely dependent on the clothing production from Jing. Although probably quite massively we are still, but you know, it'll do for now. And we've got already 3 levels of urban center at our capital. Hopefully we'll get a lot more than that, but... Oh, law debate success. Oh, there we go. Back to 25%. Kind of going back and forth there. Until a few more months for the mechanical tools. But after that, I suppose another thing that I really should be doing is probably get the steel mill underway. So we probably are going to be building a lot. I'm going to go ahead and increase the taxes to reduce the deficit a little bit. Of course, we are going to sell this textile mill, but this way we can reduce the deficit a decent bit. I'm sure that the textile mill itself will be quite profitable. We can actually go and put in the cross sewing and, of course, the dye workshop in there. So that should be a fairly good amount of production overall from this. And it's also going to give us some of the luxury clothing that I don't think there's a huge amount in the market. There's a small shortage. But yeah, I suspect that once the population gets richer and richer, there's going to be even more demand for it. And there's the textile mill. Let's go ahead and enable the privatization. Right now, of course, there's no production or anything. I'm pretty well. The dye, silk, and fabric are all pretty cheap in our market, so we should be able to make a lot of these. Clothing demand is pretty high, at least locally, but in the entirety of the market, it's not that bad. Oh, well, there we go. There's at least a little bit of balance in here. Oh, yeah, there we go. Now they're hiring. It's actually the #1 textile mill in the world right now. Of course, that's going to be changing soon enough. But yeah, no, there is a pretty good production. Even the local consumption luxury clothing is now getting some... Oh, backroom dealing exposed. Oh dear. I could take the setback. Or, you know what, we'll just take the minus 50% chance. So I'm kind of preparing to the eventuality that the law will not pass. At least the coal mine is now underway. And once we get the steel mill in here, we can start switching at least some of these to produce tools out of steel instead. Not really all of them, but at least we can get it started. And there's the mechanical tools. Now, there is also furniture manufacturers get the precision tools. Oh, sulfide pulping, that's going to be really good. And then slaughterhouses, but I think sulfide pulping up here. I'm going to go for that one. It's going to give us a bit of demand for the sulfur mine over here, at least. So that can produce, I think it's 20, so it would be able to run 2 paper mill levels. It will be a little bit expensive initially, but that will be fine. Oh, and railways are spreading. Oh, brilliant. That's just perfect. That's pretty much as quickly as we could get to these with like going alternating between the research levels here. And the rail transportation, that's just going to be actually really strong. The sooner we have that, the better. Because at that point, infrastructure is not going to be an issue. At least, not most of the time. The coal mines, it's just going to be a few more weeks. Actually, the deficit that we have is quite small. Oh, we just got the livestock running. Right, okay. And then the iron mine. Oh, there's an armors industry being built as well. Brilliant. We'll definitely need to get a bit more coal mines. Of course, right now we're already producing 48. That's going to get us to close to 100 after the second level. Which will be built soon enough. Did the textile... Oh, that's already been purchased. Of course it has been. Okay, well... At least it is being built. The literary rate is already 12.4. Standard of living is still dropping. Oh, law progress to consideration. Oh, it's got 9% success chance though. So it might have a bit of... But we haven't had any of the setbacks yet. There is that. There's the coal mine being built. That will, of course, be sold. But that coal is also in pretty high demand. So I suppose what we can do now... Oh. Right, there was a bit of a blip there. These are going to be quite expensive, the iron mines. But I think I'm going to put the atmospheric engines here regardless. We might need to get another coal mine for the steel mills. But I think... You know what? I'm going to do that. We can keep on construction right now, despite building and all that. Oh, we just sold the... was it the coal mine, maybe? Yeah, the coal mine got purchased pretty much instantly. Well, that doesn't surprise me, let's be honest, but it's good to know that there is at least demand for it. But yeah, I do want to get the steel mills built. The professional army is still going to take a while. We did get the extra shipyard in here, but it's not really in high demand. Of course, one of the things is because the wood is pretty expensive. We might need to get some logging camps, quite frankly. That's another thing that we'll probably build soon-ish. So how much would we... We need 20 steel. Same amount of wood to produce the extra tools. So that would be useful, but of course not available yet. Since we have no steel production whatsoever. Is there any steel consumption in the market in general yet? No, there is not. Okay, the iron price is still through the roof though. Someone's actually buying from our market. My goodness, they must be really short on iron then. Cricket connections. You know what? We'll take it. Maybe we'll get through this law one way or another. Oh, there we go. 6.1 million now in GDP. How would you compare to China's? They've got, well, they have about 80 million advantage over us. So, yeah, the total numbers has not been very good yet, but I suspect that our GDP will be growing in the, let's say, the next 10 to 20 years quite a bit. I reckon we could probably get to like 20 million, maybe even. Depending on how much we get to construct and all that. Well, there's more cotton plantations being built, okay. Well, I suppose oh, right, because we've got... No, we don't have the modifier there. It's over here that we got the agriculture throughput plus 10%. And there's a bit of gold being depleted over here. In Primoria. 35 weeks for another iron mine in our capital. How's the coal prices? Probably still pretty high. Yeah, it is. Of course, the population is still demanding a lot. Oh, right, there's already coal mine being... Right, I'm building the extra coal mine there. Right. Might need it even more. Public address goes awry. We'll take this set back, so back to 19% at least. Hopefully we'll get through that. And we are losing a little bit coin right now, but that's, I suppose, we'll be able to manage that, I reckon. GDP is definitely growing. And radical numbers aren't too bad. I think they are, yeah, they're slowly growing. And of course the standard of living is pretty bad for a lot of people. Now, if we could get rid of the serfdom, that would probably fix a lot of the issues already, but that's easier said than done, I'm afraid. Oh, wow, that is a massive demand for iron. 600, there's only 450 being produced in the nation. Now, to be fair, a lot of that is thanks to me. I'm producing, let's see, 120 in there and another 147, so 260, almost 270 of the production is just me. So I'm guessing, let's actually have a look. We are quite entangled with the economy, so that's causing some issues for us. We've still got fairly good relations with them as well. Even though I'm trying to reduce it, but I suppose it's going to take a while before it goes down. Ooh, stock exchange is going to be done soon enough. I do hope that the currency stands... Oh, right, so that's going to unlock the... Oh, per capita taxation, that would be perfect. Market price impact, that's potentially going to start improving the standard of living as well. There is, of course, a few more... Oh, setback. Oh, dear. Is that second setback already? Oh, dear. Well, it might be that the professional army is not going to be our thing then. National Guard. Maybe we can do it. In recognition of accomplishments, we'll try to bolster the industrialists again. Just try to reduce the... Or hopefully reduce the landowners' impact a little bit. The steel mill is almost done. As soon as it is, we're going to privatize that. And we'll of course go ahead and switch probably this tooling workshop to use steel instead. That's going to reduce the iron demand maybe a tiny bit. But I'm not entirely sure how much of an impact it's going to have, but I'm hoping that it's going to help. And then we got the extra coal mine underway, which was definitely going to be used. Oh, we got extra authority. Go ahead and put in another consumption tax. Porcelain tax, there we go. So the deficit is now only 2.3 thousand again. Coal mine is already underway. Then we'll get another iron mine. With the arms industries, there's more plantations being built. Alright then. There we go, there's the steel mill. Let's first of all go ahead and enable privatization. Will be... Okay, 30 plus 40, we get 65 steel. So 65 steel is already going to be enough to... At least we'll switch one of these first. Once we have the steel production sort of up and running properly, then we can switch more of them. But we'll start with just one. I'm guessing it's the steel... Yeah, the steel price is a bit on the high end currently. I suspect that that will be... reduced a little bit. How's the textile? So that is actually making still pretty good money. Ooh, stock exchange done. There we go. So what is going to be the next tech spreading in here? It's going to be one of these four. Oh, it's colonization. Okay. Get that underway. So what was it again that we unlocked? More policies, or more laws. Which I suppose... Oh, dissenters break ranks. Aha. Losing purse strings a little bit. Oh, did the steel mill already get purchased? Oh, it did. Well, I suppose someone really wanted it. I mean, I suppose it should be fairly profitable right now. So there's a good reason why they want to get that. Of course, once we get the production to like 20 or so, it might not be that valuable for a little while, or that profitable for a little while. But currently, it will make a lot of money. And overall, it will also reduce the amount of iron that we'll be needing for a lot of things. Is the right? So we're building the extra coal mine. 5x6 is building the iron mine, which hopefully will be done soon-ish. And that's hopefully going to start maybe, well, reducing the demand for extra iron for right now. Of course, we are the biggest producer of iron in the Jing market, so that does give us decent cash influx. Oh, and they're building another tooling workshop. Right, so the steel mill, it's producing 14 already. Yeah, the productivity is kind of dropping. They are unable to hire, because the productivity would drop a little bit further. I'm going to go ahead and switch the... Which tooling workshop do I want to switch? Maybe this one? Start using the steel. That makes the steel price a little bit higher, admittedly. But that will then, of course, allow this to be productive. We'll be able to consume a bit more iron and coal, but also make a lot more steel. I think that's going to be all good. Oh dear, law stalled. Legislative failure. Well, we won't be passing that one then. So, how's the National Guard then? We've got 60% support. There's not a lot of opposition for it. So I guess we can do that one. I'm going to go ahead and build a bit more government administrations. It is going to cost us a bit more money. But that is definitely going to help us with the bureaucracy issues that we'll be having once we get yet another institution. And the coal mines will be done soon enough. We can also sell the coal mines once those are built, to give us a little bit more cash. I suspect that the coal demand is it's a pretty high overall in the market. So there might well be even more built sooner or later. Right, there we go. Let's go ahead and enable privatization. Oh, Russia wants to support our independence. Oh, yes. I will take that. Because that might mean that we can, well, we can't demand independence right now. But I believe it will start having a bit of impact on the... Oh, no, the Liberty Society is still dropping. I don't suppose I can do a... demand... or anything like that from them. Oh, okay, I've got an idea. I'm going to request knowledge sharing. I know that they won't accept that. Yeah, they denied it. So now we are moderates again. And thus I could potentially demand their support. Now, to be fair, how much is Russia's? They've got 300 battalions. She's got 400 plus more in there. Oh, what do we have here? Opposition members put forth demands. I'm going to take it. The armed forces might not like it, but I'm going to take it regardless. But there we go. If Russia could get us independence, that would be nice. Of course, then at that point, we need to just definitely start increasing our military size a lot. We could potentially... Well, we don't have the bureaucracy right now for it, really. I'm not going to do that yet, but we could hire another general for the army. And then maybe increase the army size a little bit. We still don't have the line infantry. We only got the conscript, or irregular, sorry. So we would kind of need some more. We could, of course, technically speaking, just use conscripts for a little while. On the other hand, I do wonder... We got the small arms production starting soon enough. So if we get a little bit of our own line infantry going, then that's actually going to make sure that is at least somewhat profitable. It should be already fairly profitable. But also that once we are fighting a war, we won't be immediately just completely out of any small arms. Because, again, we do want to get our independence at some point, even though it might take a while. Napoleonic warfare will be done soon enough. And I suspect that the line infantry at least will be very much useful in the war. I don't know what the Chinese army is, actually. They've got line infantry and some cannon artillery. Okay, so we need some cannons as well, most likely, then. I don't think we need more loyalists right now. I mean, it would be okay to have, but I'll just rather get the law passed sooner. Although that means that we'll need a lot more bureaucracy. We are already working on getting that upgraded, of course, or increased, but that is still a bit of a work in progress, let's be honest. Did we sell the coal mine already? Oh no, we didn't, not actually. We're trying to sell it, but no one's purchased it quite yet. Now, the coal mine is still very much profitable. It's making quite a bit of money. We're actually getting almost £300 per week from there. Oh, and there we go. We got the bureaucracy sorted out. That is very nice. I do wonder if I could get independent... Well, I suppose... Who are you rivaled with? Britain, so I don't think I can support or get support from Britain. What about France? I could start improving relations with them. Maybe one day they'll support my independence as well. And then we could perhaps, you know, go for a bit of independence war in here. Eventually we'll probably try to conquer at least like Manchuria or something like that. Maybe all the way to Beijing. Because I suppose that's one way to get the GDP higher. Of course, they got 88 million right now, so the difference is now about 82 million. So the total difference has been increasing, but I suspect that once they are without my... Oh, playwright. We can get prestige for 5 years, or we'll just take the... You know what, I'll just take the extra success chance. Now it's 61% chance. I'd imagine that it will pass soon enough then. Napoleonic Warfare will be done in a matter of weeks. Because, oh right, it's the military it's starting to cost us quite a bit. Yeah, good for military buildings, almost £3,000 per week. That is expensive. And we still haven't got the small arms or arms industries built yet. That's another problem there. Now, it's army reserves that is... Well, yeah, I suppose. Could have guessed that one. Of course, I suppose, yeah, what we'll probably do is we'll just go ahead and use some conscripts. Another 5 of each, and then maybe some, I can't get conscript artillery. We could get some regular artillery, I suppose, but not conscripts. Also, I'm probably going to just promote this one. Get the extra command limit. But yeah, we're paying a little bit on interest already. I don't really want to increase the taxes there right now. Well, I suppose once we're done with the government administration, we can let the private sector take over the construction for a little while. And actually... Oh, there we go. Progress to consideration, finally. If they take over all the construction, we will actually make a decent profit again. Should be able to pay off the loans fairly quickly. We just need to get the administration going for a little while. We do have a bit larger army now. At least that helps with some of the prestige. And actually, our ruler is also helping a little bit there. That's good. Yeah, the arms industry is still going to take quite a long while. That being said, we just got a little bit more... Actually, how much are we still wasting taxes? Oh, yeah, we're still wasting £22,000 per week from the taxation, because we just don't have the taxation capacity. Too much population to tax, or tax collection capacity, really. Yeah, which is too much people. Which, you know, it's not initially the worst problem to have. Which need to get the money otherwise. Problem is we just don't really have the taxation laws to really support that, but we'll worry about it later, I suppose. We've got 3 iron mines in here already. We've got... Oh, we still got that one coal mine in there. Someone could purchase that, and that way we'd get some of our money back. And it looks like the tooling workshop, that is actually still fairly profitable. More advancement, there we go. How's the steel? There is a little bit of shortage. Sure that we could increase that still. Let's go ahead and get that in there. Steel mill is now going to be much more profitable again. There's a small blip in the... Well, I suppose, yeah, there's 80 buy orders, so it won't be able to fulfill everything. But you should be able to provide at least most of it. And there we go, they're immediately hiring a lot more. So that's going to allow us to hopefully get more tool produced. Which, admittedly, right now, there's still a deficit of 340. Oh, there's 260 coming from trade routes. And then... Oh, wow. The Chinese produce about 180. Everything else from that, so we could produce about 300 then. Well, that's pretty good. I suspect over here we... Oh. Right, that's 172, but that might be going down because of lack of supplies. Admittedly, we are getting at least a little bit more steel, hopefully, in here. We can only satisfy 42% right now, the demand. Okay, almost 44%. So, about a weekly, it is still going up. I suppose the steel mill will have a bit more demand then. Which hopefully... Oh, actually, what is the... So that one's the same amount of coal, but more iron into more steel, okay. Routing speech captivates the public. I'll take the 50% there. So the shortage of both iron and steel. Lovely. I suppose, yeah, the iron price is going to be a little bit on the high end. Although, we do have locally more production than consumption. So I suspect that it's mostly going to be then used locally. At least we get the stuff locally. So the iron price isn't going to be actually that bad, luckily. But yeah, I suppose the production is still going to be a little bit of a problem. We currently sell 40. It should be going up to 65 total once we get the full production. But right now they are also having some problems on hiring people. And standard of living is still pretty bad. Oh, but we do have at least the bureaucracy now more or less sorted out for the National Guard once that is done. Which admittedly is still taking a lot of time. Now, how is our... Oh, there we go. We got a little bit of limited support. Still, it's still drifting downwards. Oh, but we've got on 7 billion now in GDP. How's the China... Oh, they got over 90 million already. So it's still about 83 million, 84 million difference. But again, percentage-wise, we are still increasing. Of course, they've got a lot larger population and all that. How's our GDP per capita? It's 0.4. Huh. Students ready to enact parliamentary republic. You know, I'll take it. Oh, there we go. National Guard is progressing. That allows us to get a little bit more... Or go a bit more, you know, democratic, rather. And then that way we can hopefully pass some better laws as well that will benefit the majority of the population rather than just the elites. Oh, the GDP just dropped quite drastically there. China is not in a war, are they? Nope. Not yet, at least. Resource boom. I'm going to increase the standard of living in Yangzhou. Because there is a lot of population in here, almost 4 million. So if we can get the lower strata standard of living going up at least for a little while, that should have a pretty good impact on, one, the loyalists. Oh yeah, that had quite a boost there. But also, in general, just the standard of living, make sure that there's a bit less unrest and whatnot. Although I don't think there's any turmoil, I think, right now. There's a bit of pollution, though, but that's fine. West Borneo's got more gold. Right, the government administration is almost built. You know what? Yeah, intelligence, yeah, we can... Oh, gold reserve limit. Okay, I'm going to take the momentum for the party, though. Liberal Party. I think... Oh, Agrarian Party. Oh, the clergy switched to the Agrarian Party. There we go. So if we're going to get Agrarian Party and maybe the Liberal Party in power. Oh, and we've got National Guard now. And government petition completed. Well, there we go. We're still a little bit short on bureaucracy, but I suppose that will be done fairly shortly, and that's going to give us a bit more room to work with. Also, hopefully a bit more taxation, a bit less construction costs, so we will be getting the money back. Oh, an arms industry has been built. There we go. Oh, we're building, let's see, another tooling workshop. Yangho, so it's down here in the southwest, and then Guambuk is going to get a food industry. Are we still the only one that is producing food? Oh, no, not necessarily anymore. No, Guangdong is producing, and Shandong, so that's, and Chongqing. Okay, so there's 3 states at least that produce food in China as well. So we're no longer the only producer, but we still get a lot of money out of it, I reckon. And now we've got quite a bit of credit to pay back, but I suspect that we can still let the private sector take over. The investment pool is still growing, actually. Oh. In that case, I wonder. So we've got only level 1 construction sector in our capital. I'm going to quickly just build one more, and then let the private sector take over the construction again. It will cause a bit more expenses, especially increase the iron demand and all that, but at the same time it allows us to construct more industries faster. So I think that's actually going to be still fine. Plus this one's really quick to build. It's only like 100 construction process, and it's, you know, getting that in about 6 weeks or so currently. So now 2 more weeks remaining, of course. That means that the tooling workshop can get forward again. Oh yeah, now it's 22 weeks. Actually, it's going to be even faster than that. There we go, 17 weeks, and the food industry is underway already. And that should allow us to get a bit more construction work done. Oh, there we go, yeah, the food industry is now going to be done a decent bit faster. Since we only got 1 level construction sector down here in Yangho, that does mean that it's not going to go that quickly. Oh, kindly burn this letter. We'll isolate the person, I suppose. I want to make sure that the Agrarian Party is the winner of that election. We're not going to start enacting the Parliamentary Republic yet. Intelligence, if we can get them in power, then that would provide a bit of support for it, of course. How's the world looking like right now in the meanwhile? So there was... oh, right, Persia. There's a bit of fighting over there. Not in Persia proper, but in the region, regardless. Austria still controls quite a bit of northern Italy. I do say, playing as Papal State was pretty fun, admittedly. Now, how are we looking on the south over here? Philippines is still, I believe, part of the, yeah, they're part of the Spanish market. They got quite high liberal, or, liberty desire, rather. Ours is, well, it's still dropping, but not necessarily too much. Actually, let me double check. Ooh, election, there we go. Let's have a look at that in a moment. So, it's 2.3, so it's even more entangled. Right then, let's see. Reform government. Either we can put in the... Oh. Okay, if we take the Conservative Party out and get Liberal Party in... No, that's not going to be good enough. I guess we'll also put Conservative Party in power for the time being. Or we can put in both of those, I guess. So, I'd rather give the 100% than try to rock the boat too much. So, is there no better taxation laws yet? We can't really get rid of serfdom quite yet either. Migration controls we don't really need to have. There is the National Militia, I suppose, which we could try to go for. There's actually support for the professional army again. I suppose it did take a little while since the last attempt. Now we've got both rural folk and armed forces in there, but it's only 20% versus 45% opposition, so it's still fairly unlikely to go through. I suppose the National Militia isn't much better. So yeah, we'll probably hold off on those for now. We could try to go for the Parliamentary Republic, but there's a lot of opposition for that. No, actually, we don't want to radicalize people. So we're not going to go for that quite yet either. So I guess we won't be doing too much changing of laws, but I do see that we are actually out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.